There are 3 steps. You need to know a skill and you should know how you are going to sell it. Once you understand that, you need to make sure that you build your agency. You are not working alone. And I think I missed third step, or maybe I just mixed all of them because I haven't written it. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to this video. I am just recording this video so that I don't have to repeat this information again and again to all the different people who ask me that how they can start earning through freelancing or Upwork or Fiverr, or using some other skills such as graphic designing, which stand on Amazon, or maybe web development. So this is a starter video guide if you are completely new to freelancing and you have no idea what is the next step and which skill do you. This video will be divided into 3 different steps. The first step is understanding what is freelance marketplace and what is skill that would be beneficial for you. The second thing is that where you are going to learn that particular skill and how you're going to get yourself polished enough so that you can actually go to some marketplaces such as Fiverr or Upwork and start earning a decent amount in roughly 6 or 7. The last thing that we are going to discuss is that what will be your mindset and how you are going to grow from that freelancing mindset into agency, and then finally getting into an entrepreneurship, doing your own whatever best. So let's start with the first thing. What is freelancing? Freelancing is nothing more than just doing jobs on ad hoc basis. That means you take a project from someone who needs it and then you deliver the project. The project can be anything. That it can be a product or a service that you can deliver online. It means that you need to have some basic things to get started. The first and the foremost requirement to get into this business of freelancing is English communication. You need to understand that you have to have a good grip on English language so that you can communicate with the clients who are working in US or UK or any other state where they can speak or understand it. Most of the clients who don't speak English, such as maybe German clients or French clients, you can simply ignore them, or they have somewhat understanding of English because most of the platforms that they are working with, such as Google Ads or other platforms or some other third-party agencies that they are hiring, they also work with English. So the first thing that you need to know is how to communicate better and how to make sure that you can sell the thing that you are working on. So the first thing is communication. The second thing you need to understand is, in order to work in a freelance marketplace, you have to have something that you can offer to the client. It can either be a digital product that you are offering to the client, or most probably it is going to be a service that you will give to your client. In case of a product, it is something tangible that you provide to the client at the end of the work, maybe a physical website, an online website store, an e-commerce store, a mobile application if you are working in the web development field. If you are working in non-technical fields, maybe graphic designing, then maybe the client has hired you to make some social media designs or some things for their social media ads and things like that. So these are the things that you will actually have some kind of tangible deliverables that you have to deliver to the client. And then there are service-based jobs in freelance marketplace, such as running digital marketing ads for a client. So in terms of ads, you are not actually providing any kind of product at the end of the day, but you are just working on clients' ads manager to produce some results for them. Similarly, some other services that you can offer are web development, virtual assistant, managing their accounts, maybe social media manager, where you manage their other social media accounts, maybe Facebook, business manager, or Instagram, name it. So let's just recap what we have learned so far. So first thing that you need to understand is the most basic skill that you need is communication in English language. The second thing you need is a skill that you're going to provide to your client. Now, the second most confusing thing in terms of getting started with freelancing is that what kind of services you are going to offer. The usually recommended method is that you need to try a few things. Maybe go to Coursera, pay 2,000 PKR or $10 a month and get their subscription. And then you can try out some things. Maybe get 2 courses on graphic design, maybe get 2 courses on web development, maybe do 2 courses on video editing. Just pick up 5 different skills that you think you might be interested in and do those. And by the time of like 3 months, you will understand that, okay, so I have so much interest in graphic designing and I don't really like web because it is complicated or whatever. Doing so, you will have a somewhat experience in 5 different fields, and you can actually select one of them as a skill that you will provide to your client. You need to understand that some skills are highly priced as compared to the other ones, because there is a role of saturation and how easily you can acquire the skill. For example, in terms of graphic design, it's my personal experience that if you will look up any kind of jobs on graphic designing on Upwork or Fiverr, these are the two most common marketplaces when it comes to selling your services as a freelancer. So in these two platforms, you will understand that the graphic design is highly desired by the clients, but at the same time there are a high number of freelancers too. That means there is a demand, but the competition level is also high. That means the number of the amount that you can charge to your client is going to be low. So you might have to start with $5, $10, maybe $50. But if you will get into the skill that is somewhat difficult to get in, maybe web development or application development, you will see that the number of orders are relatively medium, but there is not enough freelancers that are providing the same service. So if you get into custom web development such as React.js or maybe Next.js or Angular.js, you will see that there are a number of clients who needs those services and they are willing to pay $1,000 or $5,000 for a single website, but there are not enough freelancers who can do that job. So there are two main categories of freelance skills. One is a non-technical skill, and then there is a technical skills. Non-technical skills are being a virtual assistant or managing voice calls for a client or doing Facebook ads, digital marketing and things like that. Whereas technical is something that revolves programming in general. So it can be doing some kind of Python code, maybe C++, JavaScript, and you name it. So you get the basic idea that there are non-technical skills and technical skills. There are freelancers who are earning a huge amount in both the different niches, but if you are getting started, I will highly recommend that get a non-technical skill so that you can actually start earning something in 3 to 6 months. And once you are doing that, you are earning, let's say, $500, and you can manage your expenses in a third world country like Pakistan, then you can finally shift towards the technical skills. So start with a non-technical skill, maybe graphic designing or digital marketing. These are the two most easy and two most demanded skill by the clients. And once you have somewhat grip on these two topics, you can start learning about web development, or maybe you can just start building your own agency. But that's the second thing that we will talk later in the video. So the first thing that you need in order to get started with the freelancing is that get better with your communication and pick a skill that you will offer to your client. Now let's say you are good with English, or you have someone who can manage the clients for you, and you already know some skills, or you already have someone who can do the thing. Now the second thing comes is, where are you going to learn those things if you don't know the skill, and how you are going to market yourself if you know the skill. So let's discuss if you don't know a skill and you have already agreed that you are going to learn graphic designing or some other. The first source that we discussed was Coursera or some other similar platform. The subscription is really easy. You can get Skillshare for $10, you can get Coursera for $10. You can try out their free courses if you want. Some other marketplaces are LinkedIn courses and things like that. So YouTube is also a good source, but I don't really recommend YouTube because it is way more scattered and you don't get all the information in a precise course manner, but learning everything through a specialized course form really helps you to understand and grasp a particular project. So once you understand a particular skill, now the second thing is market yourself on Upwork, Fiverr, or some other basic freelance marketplace. We are going to make a detailed series on all of these things. This is just kind of like an overview. So you have a skill and you know how to market that on Upwork and Fiverr. We will learn that in. So once you have built up a skill, now the second thing you are going to focus on is how you can bring more clients. So obviously if a client posts a job on Upwork, let's say they need a digital marketing person for their website, and now you are going to bid on the job, like you are going to say that, hey, I know and I can do the work for you. Now the problem comes is that you don't have any reviews on your website, on your Upwork profile. You don't have any past work proof. Whereas if someone else is going to bid on the same project and they have done maybe 20 different projects before and they are showing like $5,000 earned, it is more likely that the client is going to get more inclined towards them. So the second thing you need to focus on are your cover letter, how you're going to first approach your client, and you need to make sure that you are really strong at that. We will discuss these cover letters in very details in the later. So you have a skill, you know how to market them, and you have mastered it. And now the next thing comes is how you're going to grow your freelance market. Because remember, if you're just working as a one person solopreneur agency, you can just grow as high as maybe $3,000 a month, $5,000 a month in 2 years. But if you will expand yourself by combining different people in your team, maybe hire two or three different people who can do two or three different things. Let's say you are a website designer and you started with website development, but you know that if a person gets a website, they definitely need some content for that, and they also need digital marketing for them. So maybe you can get a freelancer who can do social media marketing for you, and one freelancer who can do social media content for you. So now you have a team of three, and now you can charge client more because you have more things that you can offer to the client. And now your relationship with a particular client will last longer. That means you will get continuously paid for a much longer period. So once you have started the business, it's not the end of the freelancing. You need to make sure that you upgrade to agency and then upgrade it to a business. You need to get out of the system in order to make sure that it runs without. I hope that we will continue this video series on every day, and I think if I will post one video every day, then maybe we can get somewhere. So yeah, Eid Mubarak to everyone who is celebrating that. Until then, have a good day. Goodbye.